So they're not like heavily influenced by other information later on in life because it's already embedded within them since they're children. And even the teachings that are in the school systems and so on, they were introduced for that specific reason as well. They said that around 1706, they constantly kept saying this year. I don't know exactly what happened because I don't really have too much information, but if you do, please share it in the comments, okay? So after a bunch of battles that happened throughout Europe and just throughout the world kind of ended because there was a lot of like mass murderings happening and so on for control and power of who's supposed to be in control of what, they just decided to heavily implement religion so they could keep control and reduce the murders, and kind of say, okay, like that's enough of these battles. This is how this is going to play out from now on, okay? And also in the 1900s, the removal of the copper bells as well was removed for the same reason. It's because the reptilians are affected by the vibrations of these copper bells. So they were heavily removed from all churches and institutions throughout for that specific reason. I'll explain it again later on as well. So yeah, they said that reptilians wanted to focus specifically on distortion of information, and that was their main priority. They started off with the distortion of information when it comes to the Bible. So they mentioned that the Bible was actually heavily distorted, that only 8 to 16% of what the teachings of Jesus, as you guys might call it, but his actual name was also changed from Yeshua to Yahusha and so on, right? So that's not his actual name. It was translated by the Greeks because it was easier to say it that way, as so they say, right? But his actual name was Yeshua, Yahusha, and so on from Hebrew, okay? So his name was changed. The teachings of I'll just call him Yeshua, okay? The teachings of Yeshua were also changed because Yeshua was never promoting religion to begin with or going to churches. He was actually promoting sovereignty, freedom, right? And raising your consciousness, right? The Christ consciousness. He would always talk about Christ consciousness, right? So finding the power within. That was his main focus, right? So by focusing within, you could reach a higher state of consciousness and connect to Christ consciousness, okay? So that's what he would go on these spiritual journeys for all around the world, to promote his teachings to the people. He didn't promote religion. He didn't promote the teachings that you